Hello YouTube and welcome back to Against the Storm. This is Frost's episode part 2. Episode 2. It's gonna be a part 1 though because I had to work and so I wasn't able to finish the map, so it finished it for us and we get to pick our reward, which is a little cheesy, but we're going to pick the 4 reserve embarkation points, and then we'll just go right back into the Frosts. So unfortunately, I didn't get to recover that last map, but we would have recovered it. So we're back in the marshlands, and so, you know, I think foxes are really fun to figure out. But we're going to go with the beavers and the harpies, and if you've been watching this channel, then you know that that's what I was probably going to pick anyway. We can get the small farm for 4, and even though there's not a lot of farmland, it would be cool to have a farm for if we do find farmland. Grain is one of my favorite crops. Vegetables, who really cares? I do like berries and plant fiber because, you know, if you get a lot of farms, you just want berries, but a little bit of plant fiber every year will help you with your cloth production. I don't really like the herb garden because, like, herbs are only so useful, and while roots are really useful, they're the 1-star recipe on that. I feel like the grain just gives you access to a lot of different types of complex food, and at a 2-star recipe, I've just found it to be really reliable on my runs. Now, the training gear delivery line's super fun because it helps you open up crates and stuff, but it's 1 point above our starting embarkation points. We're going to try and hang on to our reserve embarkation points and reserve them, haha, for the broken seal, or for the seal event at the end of this cycle. So with 6 more points, we could grab another structure, which could be really useful. Like, we could grab a camp. That would be really useful in the marshlands, because there's a lot of extra camping going on. Or we could gamble and try and get, like, the all camps at once cornerstone, but I think that it would be wiser for me to pick the cheapest camp, and then with 2 points left, we could grab like clay or stone or something. Maybe the parts would have been a good idea. But we'll just grab the 242 quantities of food. Keep our people fed with simple food early on. We're again going to do this at Prestige 9. Frost agains. I didn't really mean to say agains, but that's okay. We typed it in, so we got to. There is wheat on the ground here, and meat, and mushrooms, and it's funny that there's like a fairly limited amount of resources on the ground, even though this is where like gathering resources is off the ground is super beneficial. You get that from your Forbidden Glades, though. You get those massive life forms. So we'll just jump in and deal with Prestige 9. If this is your first time watching a video, have a great time. I'm just going to sit here and talk all the way through it. And hopefully you can learn something about the game, or just enjoy the constant noise of someone talking at you about something that they're struggling through. Let's see what we've got on this map. Mushrooms after rain. +3 to mushroom production. Gain additional mushrooms every yield. And this is happening during the drizzle season, the first of the 3 seasons of each year. And +3 mushroom production off of gathering off the ground sounds really good. This won't affect any mushrooms in farms, I'm pretty sure, because it's the production. But hey, maybe if we get mushroom production in our farms, that could affect that. Be something interesting to look at. So what we're looking for is our negative modifiers are happening at 1, 2, 3, and 3. So basically we're going to hit all of those. Reducing hostility will only help our resolve mostly. So to prevent our villagers moving slower, we need to provide them houses, and these are all things that happen during the storm, which is the third of the 3 seasons. Harsh weather conditions make it impossible to reach the citadel. Gaining reputation doesn't lower impatience during the storm. Yeah, that's fine. The rain smells like blight rot. Global food production is slowed by 15% for each hostility level. Okay. Good to know. Producing food is going to be slow during the storm. The rain carries a strange rotten pollen with it. A blood flower respawns somewhere in the settlement every 70 seconds, which is, it's not that bad. It just means that you have to assign people to it. The blood flower will, I'm pretty sure it eats food, but when you solve it, you get a huge reward from it, and sometimes even perks. So longer storms aren't, I don't see that as bad, right? And it's somewhere in the settlement. I was pretty sure that this used to be on farmlands, but maybe in the marshland it's not a good idea because there's not a lot of farming. Who knows? Anyway, this is our starting glade, and they randomly position your hearth and your warehouse. Because we're in the frosts, our hearth is not sending heat out as far as it normally does, which limits kind of where you can place housing, because you have to place housing within a hearth's border in order for it to be useful. We start off with meat and stone, and then because we don't have any humans or foxes, we don't have any information about the glades around us. If we had a human, it would show us some fertile soil. A fox would show us the nearest geyser. So it's really just a guessing game. I think we're going to try and head towards one of these forbidden glades. Ooh, cool. A little structure out in the water. We're going to head towards one of these forbidden glades around, typically towards the outside. Yeah. And then that will give us access to a giant organism, which would make it easier for us to just harvest things off the ground and build a nice economy. I like building economies in this game. I find that that's a really safe win condition. So to get to this forbidden glade, we would only have to cut through 2 smaller glades. I think that's what we're going to do, so that we can prioritize solving a forbidden glade crisis as opposed to needing to deal with a dangerous glade and then a forbidden glade, which would be our pathway to the other ones. But we would only have to cut through 1 forbidden glade or dangerous glade to get to this forbidden glade, but it's a lot more trees too. Anyway, so I always like to start with camps for the woodcutters, and we'll start with 2. And then I like to build these paths in a checkerboard pattern, and this will it will increase the rate at which our villagers can move around and deliver goods and get back to the hearth to warm up, because that's where they take their breaks and they eat. And then the warehouse is where they grab all the supplies or drop off supplies. All warehouses are linked, so it's not crucial that they be able to get to this warehouse, but it is our only warehouse right now. So we'll be happy with that. We'll take a quick look at our first set of buildings just to kind of see what some of our options are. And then over here on the left, it'll show you the conditions of the map. It'll show you how much fertile soil you have, all the resources in the ground and the trees, so you don't have to have that stuff memorized while you're looking at your building choices. Since there is copper and coal on the ground, copper bars would be really nice. The coal has nothing to do with that, except that we will probably build a mine. If it was just a copper mine, you may or may not want to build that, but since our mines could potentially provide us fuel for the hearth and copper bars and bricks sounds really good. And then also has pie, and since we chose the farm that's really good at making flour, I think the furnace is really going to be our option. And since lizards came as one of our random villagers, this would be a good place for them to work. So I think we will rarely choose our building first things first, but I think that this is going to be our best option here. So we're just going to go ahead and pick the furnace. The smithy's kind of cool. Give us access to tools and pipes and trade goods. And engineering means that beavers like working here, and the warmth means that lizards would like working here. So that's two of our races would like that. But granted, 3-star fabric sounds really good. We wouldn't have as strong of trade goods, but fabric and training gear are nice options. We already have the 2-star pie, so the biscuits aren't as tempting here. So I think we're just going to pick the weaver. And hopefully we can find something. Oh, the smelter. Okay. Oh, and here we go. Provisioner. This will give us access to our flour. It'll give us barrels and packs of provisions. So hopefully we can find ourselves one farm location. And then these 3 buildings will give us some nice complex food for our people. And the weaver will give us some really good fabric recipes. So we're going to need more planks to build any of these things. So before we even start, we'll place down a workstation as well. This will allow us to build plank recipes that, you know, it's a fairly poor plank recipe, but we'll still let them make 20 of it. Oh, that's a new button, the deactivate button. Cool. Alright, so we'll throw our beavers into our woodcutters camp. I'll throw some harpies into the other one. That sound means our hostility level went up, and our hostility goes up because of our woodcutters. 24 per woodcutter to be accurate. Each hostility level is only 100 points, so 4 is practically a whole hostility level. And then I'll go ahead and upgrade the crude workstation's priority so that they get to that more quickly. We're always going to want a stonecutter's camp. And we may as well build the trapper's camp as well. Give us access to some food. Now it's showing us that we can pick a cornerstone. It's off to work we go. The woodcutter song. For every 20 felled trees, global resolve will increase by 3 for 120 seconds. Sounds useful. A useful mill upgrade. Gain 3 oil for every 10 flour produced. That's just free stuff. I like that. Receive 3 packs of provisions for every new villager. That's pretty cool, especially when your villager numbers start going up, but I don't think it's as useful as the blood price contract, which is just, it pays you 10 amber every time a villager dies or leaves, so that's a way to recover if you're losing. You know, you never want to have to pick that, but, you know, we're at Prestige 9, so it's possible that this is something that would be super beneficial to us. I'm still going to take the free stuff. Oil's useful in some recipes, but mostly it's useful as something to burn to increase event speed, or it'll help us with like something to burn in the hearth. And if we're producing lots of flour, I think it's produced 10 at a time anyway. We're just getting 3 oil every time, so it's really hard to pass that up. So we cut this glade really quickly, and it's got a clearance water geyser and 1 little copper node, which is not worth building a mine for. But I think we can just delete that. No? Alright. Oh well. I thought I could. Is it something else that you can delete? Oh. Yeah, so you can't delete copper veins, but you could delete deposits. Okay. Well, there you go. Now we know. So I'm doing what's called marking the trees, which will tell my woodcutters what I want to cut first. So if you hold down control, it won't, while you're marking, it won't cut trees that would open up a glade. And sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, so just holding down control is really useful. I also want to set my woodcutters to cut only marked trees. If I hold down shift, it applies it to all buildings of that type. If I just want to have them do different things, then I don't hold down shift when I press that button. But typically I want them to do that. I think there's a way that I can make that the default setting. But, you know, maybe one day I'll figure that out. Or maybe someone could tell me in the comments or chat. Complete any 2 dangerous or forbidden glade events in the next 15 minutes. So, For 30 coal, I'm not too excited about that. For the butcher, though, that might be really useful. Or I could build some homes for our people for bonus meat production. That's always useful. Complete glade events. Or do some trading. So I'm gonna say it needs to be between these two. I'm not sure we're actually gonna complete that, but I think it's worth the challenge. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll focus on that. And yeah, if we focus on that, then that kind of gives us some direction, and we can focus. We can help ourselves focus on it by cutting straight into this glade and not picking any other cornerstones in the meantime. Because if we're picking cornerstones in the meantime, or sorry, not cornerstones. If we're picking other orders, they could conflict with our priority mission. Like, you know, each one of them has a chance of being a timed order, and if you have a bunch of timed orders going at once, it makes it really difficult to choose what you should do. Like, what's the right move right now, you know? We do have tons of stone, and I'm a little worried about what this dangerous glade event's going to be and the forbidden glade after it. So maybe we should cut into another dangerous glade first, even though I really wanted to do the forbidden glade. They're working on trees that should allow us, yeah. One charge left. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we've got a large encampment and a fishman cave. So let's see if we can complete either one of these. No, we cannot. Oh, great. So that's not a good sign. We could get some more villagers, which I think would be useful, or we could get some amber. The amber would be useful for this thing, but we need to get some complex food going. Perhaps a trade. I think building a trading post with some priority could be really useful here. And I'll just build it right there. So let's go ahead and cut those trees and these trees. We'll have these guys over here collecting this wood, which will have a shorter trip back to the warehouse. Then we'll have these guys over here collecting wood so that we can have a shorter cut into the next dangerous glade event. We've got 14 minutes left to complete 2 events, so let's hope that this gets done quickly. Yeah, meat, copper, another clearance, water geyser. I should also probably cut out space for a mine over here. Also, if you hold down shift when you're marking trees, it gets really small. So that could be useful. I think it's pretty dangerous to speed up time when I'm trying to focus on this stuff, but we'll do it anyway. I need to build this trading post, and then I need to call the trader early if they're not already there. They shouldn't already be there. Okay, let's slow down time. Oh, I guess it's okay until they're done building it. We just watch that percentage real closely. We're already in the clearance season, which makes me a little nervous about this event. Yeah, and I'll call this trader immediately. He's gonna bring us metal, fuel, tools, and building materials, so hopefully we can get enough tools to solve this event. It'll spawn fishman totems, which will increase our hostility, which is kind of a yikes. But I think that's our best option for now. We just need to buy 5 tools. We'll get some amber and the Queen's Grace out of it. I don't think the Queen's Grace will actually go off. Gaining reputation doesn't lower impatience. Yeah, so it's not actually going to lower the impatience from the queen, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and mark that as tools. Trader arrived. We can buy 5 tools. It might cost us everything, but yeah, there are no other alternatives here other than waiting for another trader to show up, but let's not do that. 5 tools is what we need. That's going to cost us a lot. Like, that could cost us 5 parts, which I think is what we're going to do. I gotta solve this event. Is there something else I can pick up for 40? Anything useful? A barrel. Pot. Some copper. Some stone. Some clay. I think out of those options we'll just take a copper ore. I can build a road out of that. A single road. Or alternatively, we could attack him and hope that we get the tools. Pretty sure you just like randomly get some of the stuff that the guy has. +1 copper production would have been pretty cool. Haulers move faster. Not really sure how cool that is, but it'd be fun to check it out. The smelter, you know, it would offer us that building, but we didn't take it. Builders construct faster. Nah, I think this is what we're going to want to do. We're losing 0.15 amber in trade value, which is actually really close. So now that we have 15 tools, and that's what it takes, plus this debuff. Oh, 10 minutes and 44 seconds till it fails. 7 minutes and 27 seconds on the Forbidden Glade event. Ooh, that means we're going to have to cut into this next glade really quickly, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, that's less than ideal. That means I might have to do it, like, before this next storm. But we took out 2 harpies, so we can start this event. Luckily, 15 tools doesn't take them long to carry. And I've got a harpy in here, which increases their carrying capacity, which means it should only take them... They should only each have to carry 1 set of tools out. So let's watch that closely. And fishman totems are going to be spawning, which means that you know, it would have been nice to get these people, but too bad. Wonder if we can build the weaver yet. Yes, we could. Or the furnace. I think that the furnace is gonna be better to start with. What does the weaver cost? Just the planks, okay. Well, let's go ahead and unmark these trees, even though I wanted them to cut those in the first place. I think it's more important that we deal with the hostility problem and try and get our timed mission done in time. Alright, that fishman totem appeared. It only takes 1 worker to solve it, so we'll throw them in immediately. But they will be popping up, and they take 2 minutes each to solve. Man, that's hard. And 60 seconds per totem. There's only 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on this one, which is great for our zealous. But that means that we really have to get started on this next one really soon. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get rid of those trees. We don't need to cut them. Pretty sure that tree would get us in as well. Oh, we don't have any housing. Alright, we can see our next event is the Forsaken Crypt. Oh, for 30 planks. We could tear it down, or for what we don't have. Oh, and this one also comes with the negative effect. You get -6 to global resolve for every 10 amber. Well, we only have 7. But yeah, it's gonna be difficult. We should have built the weaver. We could throw someone in here for the bricks, so we're gonna have to do that. Oh, but we don't have any. I haven't been collecting stone. Okay. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be really rough. But I think this is what we have to do. We have to put people into here. And then 727. It's gonna be real close. I don't think we're gonna make it. Another fisherman totem. Let's investigate that and hopefully start getting rid of this totem. My goodness, this is not good. Oh. He put the wood in there. Okay, yeah. No, we're trying to make bricks, sir, not the other stuff. I'm gonna need you to get on board with us there. I think we'll bring these back over here to start cutting these trees back. With our one woodcutter that's temporarily in there right now. How many bricks? It make 2 for every 3 stone, so yeah, it's gonna be a while. That's really unfortunate. Then it's gonna take them a while to carry 15 bricks over here. Well, I guess it's only 2 workers each. We're cutting it real close. I don't think we're gonna make it. Another fisherman totem appeared. Can I really take out my woodcutter? I think I have to. Our lizard will finish building this first house for us. Let's force deliver these stones. They can start working on those bricks. Just in time. Oh, and there's the storm. Oh, we're at 4 hostility points. Oh, great. Little worried about this. All of our resolve is low. We've got no wood to burn and no coal to burn. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is gonna be bad. We could build one more house with the wood that we have. 2 more stones. Yeah, this is super not good. Force deliver. 4, okay. What do we got here? Yeah, I just don't think we have enough in our first year to get this done. Oh, we got the other fisherman totem over here. No, I think it's official that we don't make it yet. 720 left. Yeah. Yeah, we're officially not gonna make that quest, unfortunately. Which is really unfortunate. We did drop our hostility down a little bit. Oh yeah, the harpy left, of course. This is not a pretty start. Did I try this last time? Is that why I wasn't doing well? Oh no. The longer event time is ridiculously hard. It is so much harder than I thought it would be. I just almost don't fully understand like how it's so much more difficult. But I mean, it is like twice as long, and then the events like get harder and harder as they're there, like, because we're picking the ones with the negative modifier. If we picked the one without the negative modifier, it wouldn't be as difficult to do, and I'm opening up 2 in my first year. Like, this is difficult. That 10 cloth, would that give us enough? It would. We're doing it. It's not going to get our event done fast enough, but we want this to get done. Means I can stop making these stupid bricks. Oh, I could put someone in there to force deliver. And then we can maybe build houses. This event's almost done, but it is going to spawn at least one more totem. Probably only one more. Oh, and we've got a drizzle geyser. So we've gotten a bunch of geysers and large meat things, but we don't have a large trapper camp. Large eggs and large meat. Which is good for our lizards if we get the larger trapper camp, but... You know, for 20 stones we could have gotten 20 bricks, which would have been nice, but... Oh well. We just have nothing to burn. Our hearth could potentially go out. This is really bad. Oh my goodness, we're about to lose harpies and lizards. And our storm still has a minute left. Our lizards are firekeeper too, and he's increasing everyone's resolve, so this is extra not good. Oh well, I guess we're dealing with it. See, we should have chose the 10 amber for every villager that leaves. Or dies, you know? This is that situation where we could be really happy with that as a result. 20 seconds left. Come on, dude. We're going to recover. But I'm not opening that Forbidden Glade. We're just going to build up an economy this next year. We're going to hope that we don't lose, like, the whole game. Okay, yeah, well, we don't want them to collect that amber yet anyway, because that'll increase our hostility on this thing. So yeah, we're just gonna deal with it. We're already losing harpies. We may as well try and save the beavers. Barely got them at the last second there. Oh, we've got another Fishman totem I could be working on. Let's go for that. Okay. Yeah, that was really tough. And we're still going to fail this mission. So, it's not great. Hostility is reduced by 40 for every hearth upgraded to neighborhood level 2. With a low population starting, that's not going to be good for us. Newly discovered resources nodes have more charges. 15 for small deposits, 40 for large deposits. But we gain 30 hostility upon picking this cornerstone. That's not bad. All workers have a 10% chance of producing double yields, but they also have a 20% higher chance of consuming twice as much food during your break. I really like this one. This one sounds kind of bad, but I think it's actually really, really good. An odd talisman made from the talons of the phoenix. Gain 2 wildfire essence for every 2 completed dangerous or forbidden glade events, except cloned events spawned by Fishman Caves and Blood Flowers. We just finished that event, so otherwise 2 wildfire essence would be kind of cool, but that's not even enough to make a full hearth, and I typically only make 2 hearths anyway, sometimes 3 if it's a large population map, which I don't see this doing since we kind of started off bad on our population. So we'll go with workers' rations. That'll give us a chance of double yielding. 10% isn't a large amount, but it stacks with other percentages, and then so that can take like a 40% to a 50%, which makes it, a coin flip, or, closer to a coin flip. If we were already at like 60%, then plus 10% might not be that great. But I believe the first 50% is really important. So let's go for that. So yeah, 4 minutes and 30 seconds is not going to happen. They still have 6 minutes and 27 seconds left once they get the 3 cloth there, which they aren't going to get there. We could speed it up if we had access to sea marrow, but we do not have access to sea marrow because burning sea marrow will increase their event worker speed. But again, we don't have that. We're still going to lose a harpy, yep, because they didn't get happy fast enough after the storm. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Just not panic. It'd be great. Oh, and he's gonna take a break too. Yeah, there's no way. Even with increased speed, there's no way we'd finish that. So at that point, I think it's time to pick our next objective. Deliver 7 packs of crops, deliver 5 tools for 5 parts. We already made that trade. This one would come with building materials. We haven't found any farmland, and we've opened up 3 glades, so I'm thinking we skip the packs of crops. Open up 5 glades, no thank you. Let's go with the tools for parts. Get houses built in 3 minutes. We do not have the wood for this. Am I gonna mess this up again? I mean, it's only 15 wood each, right? We're picking it. Alright. So let us focus. Alright. Hopefully we can gather enough wood. It's already enough for another building. Let's go ahead and place down the houses. 2. I hate that. I hate that clicking on that hammer, which, you can't avoid doing from that angle. Makes it click on that building. I'm trying to build something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see mousing over says no builders. There are no free workers available to complete this construction, but clicking on that hammer shouldn't bring up the building, I don't think. Okay, so yeah, I do need more wood, but I also need a worker to start building this stuff. I just don't have people. They all left me. So just in case I have any other projects going, let's increase the speed on all this stuff. I'm gonna fail 2 timed missions in a row now, aren't I? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Feels bad. Oh, thank you for carrying that 1 mushroom, bud. I really don't need you cutting trees. I need you carrying that 1 mushroom. Thank you. Yeah, this is okay. I'm glad that we did this because my first episode on the last Frost was really challenging and really hard. And you know, this one's gonna be more of the same because I'm just failing left and right over here. This is a good example of what not to do, you know. Yeah, even if they were building these, I didn't have enough wood. It was the wrong call to do it. But, you know, we're going to show you how to win in spite of all that. With all these options available to us, the leatherworker is the only, like, semi-legit option. It's not even a good one. That's a real shame that we're going to fail both of these missions. It's a real shame. You know, the butcher with the 50% increased goods would have been amazing. A free bathhouse would have been nice, but the packs of production yield and the parts would have been great as well. Alright, let's see if we can find another mission to fail, right? Fill need for jerky 50 times, that's doable. Deliver 65 mushrooms, extra doable. And give us 5 harpies, okay. Bonus coat production, alright. Discover 3 glades and have lizard resolve, okay. With each group of newcomers, we could get 2 more lizards. I think that's a little dangerous to ramp that. Discover 3 dangerous or forbidden glades, no thank you. Deliver 12 packs of luxury goods, not sure that's going to happen. Keep beaver resolve above 24 for 60 seconds. It's going to be a while before we do that, but it would increase our chopping speed and give us some tools. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not feeling so great about these missions right now. Kind of, you know, not feeling good about this run so far, but I know that we can overcome this. It's possible. I've come back from worse. Out of these options, what do I want to do? We could just buy some planks since we're already low on wood, but I'm just not sure that there's anything here that we really need. The trapper's camp would be pretty cool. We do have Amber just sitting over there in that event, and since, you know, we're not gonna finish this shelter mission. 26 seconds, it's official. Let's put 2 guys in here. They can carry that Amber back, and then we'll get that Amber just in time to trade to Sahilda, hopefully. Yeah, she's sticking around for a minute. There's a harpy in here, so they should each be able to carry 10. Well, that was strange. One carries 11 and the other carried 9. Even though the 9 guy showed up first, I guess because the top guy was first priority, he knew he was going to grab 11. That's going to reduce our resolve until we spend it because of this glade event over here. So let's go ahead and spend that right now. Then we do have 14 left. So we could buy the farm. But I think 25% longer burn duration is going to be great, especially since we're already low on fuel. Let's put a person in here, and we still have food. So I think we should pick the people, actually. We could pick the amber for purchasing a perk, but I think our population's too low. And we are kind of wrapping up this episode. We still have some time, so don't click away yet. But, you know, if you could hit that like button or maybe leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you're a new viewer and you can catch more of this. Obviously, if you're, 45 minutes in, you're enjoying it at least a little bit, Maybe you just like watching me fail, because that's definitely what I've been doing this game. But, what is it? It's fine to try and watch other people fail or succeed in this face of failure. If you're like that, then go ahead and help the channel out. I would just greatly appreciate it. This is something I do for fun for now, but, if enough people like it, then what's the point in avoiding doing it? Let's go ahead and clean up some of these houses that I didn't really want to build in the first place. Because we failed that, both of our orders. Yep, timed orders failed. 2. Got it, coach. That's what we were trying to do, right? And yeah, I could have spent that 10 amber on a reroll. I'm glad we bought the perk, though. 'Cause yeah, out of these, I really don't want any of them. So we will probably reroll that anyway. Okay, and we're barely going to finish this before the next storm, which is great. It's great that we're going to finish it before the next storm, is what I mean. So we can get a lot of leather while we gather that meat. We can get a little bit of leather while we gather these eggs. This fishman totem's going to be gone soon, which should lower our hostility back down, which will be wonderful. Oh my goodness, we almost failed this event. Threat. All stored amber and wine would have been lost, and the queen would have gained impatience with us. Well, I'm glad we got it taken care of just in time for that. It wasn't in time for our timed order, but at least it was in time for this. Okay, they cleared that totem, which lowers our hostility. We're about to get these people, which will increase our hostility, probably back over the line. Yeah. We still only have one woodcutter. That's not good. We're not going to have enough fuel to get through this year. Oh yeah, and we cut into this one. Okay, that's fine. Another drizzle water geyser. So we now have 2 drizzle water geysers and 2 clearance water geysers. And definitely not enough people to take advantage of that. So it kind of feels bad. It would be nice to find a farm, but at least we have a coal mine and a copper mine available to us. We haven't built the mines yet, but they are available building locations. Are y'all almost done? Oh, and this takes a lot longer too. Obviously. Plus, he had to make 3 trips by himself, probably, so. Whoops. Oh, good. We finished the event, and instead of carrying something back with them, which I hate, they're walking back to take a break. Like, I hate that they don't bring something back with them. It seems so silly to me. Maybe it's realistic. You know, when you take a break, you don't necessarily want to carry things with you, but I think I'm a little too type A in video games for that. And maybe it's not type A. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding what that means, but seems like a huge lack of efficiency that could otherwise be avoided. But hey, at least the event's done. We're picking up planks, which means we can build a weaver. Finally. Throw them down over there. We can pick some more workers if we want. Let's go ahead and do that. Which means we can throw in some more woodcutters, we can throw in a stone collector, and we can throw in a meat harvester. Oh. And we're already doing poorly, so we'll throw the lizard in there. Now our harpies are struggling, but if we can build this building, which would just involve these guys carrying these planks back, then I can throw a harpy in there and they'll be happy working there. I think they're happy with cloth and they're good with alchemy. Yeah, they love working with cloth, so that should save our harpies, especially with 2 and it averages it out. It's also possible that just building a home would help a lot. You know, or everyone's walking slow, so, you know, it's not great. Yeah, I didn't think that pulling out those woodcutters would help, but it's worth checking, right? Maybe we can favor the harpies with enough time. Oh my goodness. And we still lost them. I have not done well today. Well, it's been a while since I've played, but, you know, I can't blame it on that either, because it's probably just Prestige 9. But I can't really blame it on that, because, like, this is exactly how my last run was going, if I recall correctly. It's just horrible. Like, we're gonna lose another one. Here we go. Oh, yep. Start 2 harpies in here. They're gonna go to +1, but is it gonna be with enough time to spare? Okay. We're fine. Okay, this is not going well. Whew. I didn't even set that stuff up yet. I mean, I guess you can use plant fiber too, that's fine. We don't want to use the reeds, because I could use the reeds in tool production. But I do want to get rid of this stone in here for now. I want them making cloth. Alright. What's next? We build, what's the mine? I feel like I always overlook it. Yep, there it is. Oh, that does take parts, doesn't it? It's only 3 though. Oh, like a camp is 5. Yeah. I think that makes it worth. Alright, so we could reduce the hostility for our woodcutters, which, you know, it's alright. Dye extractor is getting pigment for every 10 insects. Porridge production increased by 1 for every 150 units of drizzle water produced. That could be cool, but I just don't think we're going to need that. But we do have the drizzle collectors to support that. 2 reed production. What are we getting? Are we getting reeds from trees, maybe? No, we are not. We just like showed up with reeds, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, well, yep. Well, let's not pick reed production. You know, I don't think we're gonna be getting any insects either. Yeah. So I guess we picked the holy flame. There we go. Less hostility from woodcutting. Open or send 4 abandoned caches of any size to the citadel. Yeah, let's pick that. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. Have at least 2 hearths upgraded to neighborhood level 2. That's never happening. Let's burn the cysts off. That'll eventually happen. Deliver all these packs of goods in 6 minutes. Let's pick that. No, I'm just kidding. We're not picking any timed orders that I'm not guaranteed to do anymore. Not on this run. We gotta save ourselves. Use 175 units of storm water and rain engines. Okay, well, the only type of water we don't have access to right now. Yeah. Complete 3 events by making a loyalty decision. Gain 20 random goods every time a villager dies and some parts and stuff. Well, you know what? Every single one of these chests has the chance to be a loyalty decision. So, out of those choices, that's the order we're going to pick. And we are at 57 minutes and 31 seconds, so this is not... Okay, this is not looking good for us. But, you know, we're on our 3rd year. We've done 2 events. We failed a bunch of timed orders, and a bunch of people have left. If we'd have chose that plus 10 amber for every dead villager, that'd have been great. And then when we were solving this event over here, the crypt, we would have had a really, really, really rough time. So maybe, you know, having a bunch of amber wouldn't have been a good thing. You know? But we're getting coal, we're getting wood. We've got a practically all beaver settlement. We're making some cloth. I actually don't need both of them in there anymore making the cloth. I don't think I need the lizard in there. But he could be in here making bricks. Let's set that limit to 20. And we'll set our... actually, I should say 40 because they like working here. And then we'll be fine with that. We're not really gathering any food right now, so I should probably, you know, shift this all around. I don't actually need them to be happy. I need them to be effective. So the lizard will be effective in this trapper's camp that we have upgraded. We've got all of this meat and eggs on the ground, which will be perfect for our lizards if we can hold on to them. I do need to place down a few more houses, which I can do before ending this episode. And then that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't given the video a like or a subscribe yet, you're an hour in. I'm sure you liked it at least enough for a like. You don't have to subscribe, but I do appreciate it. My goal right now, I think, is like getting to 12 subscribers, so you could be a big part of that. Anyway, have a good one, y'all. I hope your day is was made a little bit better by this video, and if not, you know, leave a comment, let me know about it, because you know, I'm sure there's things I can improve on. In fact, I know there are, and if you leave a comment, maybe that could help me focus, and you could feel a little bit better for helping someone out. Have a great day, y'all. Oh, and I might be playing on stream Settlement Survival a little bit later. I liked it about a year ago. I've picked it up and played it again recently, and have been having fun. So I've been thinking about doing a stream where I kind of show off like kind of how to approach starting the game and all the complex things. It's much more complex than Against the Storm, but and I prefer Against the Storm, but it's a different game to play. You know, it's got a longer game format. It's not as repetitive, but of course you can start over as many times as you want. Anyway, feel free to go check that out, or be back for the next Against the Storm episode. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good rest of whatever. Thanks.